Hello everyone, we're from SGD B5 and we're gonna present our student project. The title is How Medical Students Adapt to the Era of Ubiquitous Information. These are our teams and we're gonna start with the background of our student project.
Good morning. First off, let me introduce myself. My name is Gabriella from Vita with last 3 digits student number 118. Ubiquitous information is a term that is used to describe a phenomenon in which information can be found and accessed everywhere at any time. This is the result of significant technological advances that have continuously grown throughout the years. In the bygone days, the use of technology was not as significant as it is today. The obstacle to circulating information were also faced by Indonesia in the middle of constructing the Proclamation of Independence. In the absence of advanced technologies and the internet, the information dissemination path is divided into unsophisticated and convenient ways. Entering the 1970s was the first quarter to mark the development of technology in Indonesia through the introduction of the first computer, and this triggered the use of the internet, expansion of the digital broadcasting. Therefore, it can be concluded that Indonesia has landed in the era known as the era of ubiquitous information. In Indonesia, the era of ubiquitous information has three characteristics. The first one is its accessibility, where the computing system managed to access internet anytime and everywhere. The same circumstance has also been felt in the medical field, where at this moment to find out the latest emerging disease can be accessed through online journals. And this perceived effect characterized immediacy. And the last one is its interactivity that allows communication between doctors and medical students through e-learning, so that teaching and learning activity has become less hassle than before. That's all from me. Thank you. Next will be continued by Janice.
Greetings to our Honorable Evaluator Dr. Ayu and Facilitator Dr. Pram. I'm Janice Jiraldi with student number 119 as the last 3 digits. Following Gab's explanation regarding the background of the research, I will now cover our logic of thinking when composing our student project. It is to be noticed that ubiquitous information era is the outcome of the emergence of technology and with the introduction of the internet. This phenomenon has impacted us positively in a way that universal information can be accessed easily at any time and anywhere, whereby the act of storing and retrieving information has turned into our daily routine as medical students. On the other hand, unlimited information storage is found to generate insufficient intellectual access, which is related to comprehensibility of an article. In fact, fake and misleading informations are found to dominate the internet these days. As new medical tactics are constantly developed worldwide, it is prerequisite for medical students to find out the most updated and accurate medical-related news. However, with the alteration of information access and the transition to the ubiquitous information era, medical students are facing novel challenges that require modern adaptation methods. Therefore, the upsurge of this phenomenon has urged the writers to embark on this study. Thank you for listening to my presentation. The next will be continued by Tracey.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Tracey Odella Jiraldi Akemah with the last 3-digit student number 115. The problem formulation is: first, what is the definition of medical education? Second, what does the era of ubiquitous information mean? And third, how do medical students adapt to the ubiquitous information era? Next, the general purpose is to understand the adaptation methods of medical students towards the ubiquitous information era. The specific purpose is to provide a deeper explanation, identify the impacts, and identify the challenges faced by medical students in the ubiquitous information era, and also to understand how medical students in Udayana University adapt towards the ubiquitous information era. The benefits: first, the practical benefits is to give information about ubiquitous information era so that medical students can optimize vast study materials and improve independent learning skills. The theoretical benefits is to give references for future research and projects about how medical students adapt to the ubiquitous information era, specifically in Udayana University Medical Faculty.
I would like to say thank you for having given me an opportunity to present. Let me introduce myself. My name is Keane Adhinata Santosa with the last 3 digits of my ID being 106. So for the definition of medical education, before we get into that, allow me to give a little overview on what medical education actually is. Medical education itself is one of many fields of higher education available for us today. Those aspiring to be health workers need to undergo medical education, to ensure that they have the proper training and certification. In Indonesia itself, medical education is split into two phases, with the first phase being the theoretical or preclinical phase, and the second phase being the profession or the clinical phase. So now on to the definition of medical education. To fully understand the definition of medical education, we first need to know the definition of education itself. Lawrence Kremen defines education as the deliberate, systematic, and sustained effort to transmit, provoke, or acquire knowledge, values, attitudes, skills, or sensibilities, as well as any learning that results from the effort. Bearing that in mind, the definition of medical education is an idiosyncratic collection of concepts appropriated from other educational fields and perfused with a technical rationality born out of the dominance of bioscience within medicine. That will be all for me. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Valentino Wijaya with the last three digits of NIM number is 116. And now I want to tell you about the definition of the era of ubiquitous information. We start with the definition from the reality. Information is undergoing its second revolution when the information is mostly digitized. This revolution makes everyone can publish information easily, which increases the amount of information. The era in which there is an explosion of the amount of information called the era of ubiquitous information. In 2022, Luke Tradinick says that ubiquitous information is a concept that refers to a situation when information is available anywhere at any time. So the era of ubiquitous information is an era that information is available anywhere at any time. And based on definition of each word, the era of ubiquitous information can be interpreted as follows. The era means a period of time with a certain characteristic, and ubiquitous means seeming to be everywhere at the same time. So the era of ubiquitous information means a period of time that information can be found everywhere at the same time. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Husnia Adiba with 3 last digits, student number 102. Next. Okay, so here I'm gonna explain about factors affecting the ubiquitous information. So, ubiquitous information emerges amid the rapid growth of advanced information technology. So, it is transformed paper-based data into a much more fluid and computable digital form. Since these pervasive informations can occur in any device such as smartphone, laptop, and wearable, it is influenced by the utilization of internet because internet provides information anytime, anywhere, and any form. The second one is human resource. This omnipresent information is navigated by the human capital in the case of manufacturing ideas and knowledge and turns it into a relevant and authoritative information. The next one is geographic locations. Why? Because, for example, countries with rapid growth in technology such as developed and developing countries will get easier access to widespread information. And last one is cultural factor. It is centered around work ethics. A high standard work ethics on a workplace magnifies the evolution of ubiquitous information.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Nethania Callista Murna. You can call me Neta, with the last 3 digits of student number 112. I will explain the challenges faced by medical students in the era of ubiquitous information. The amount of information scattered ranges from the replacement of traditional learning to e-learning. This situation involves a few challenges. The first one is lack of skills. Medical education and training are not good unless the student acquired the nucleus or the minimum knowledge, the minimum of required skills, and the minimum of obligatory conduct values. Lack of skills will lead medical students to confusion and ignorance. The second one is lack of infrastructure. Low-medium income countries can't provide a good quality of services. This situation will be limiting the students and slow the process of improving their work. The third one is lack of literacy skills, which can lead medical students to believe hoaxes without looking for the truth. The fourth one is lack of communication. In this situation, nothing can be implemented as we all expected. Not all people can easily discuss this on online platform. And the last one is negative attitude of both teachers and medical students. The spread of various information sometimes makes medical students swallow it raw without sorting out which one is good and which one is bad. However, all of this can be handled as well as we receive and sort out all the information wisely.
Okay, so the next topic is the impact of ubiquitous information for the medical student. The first one is the flexibility in terms of medical education. So we all know that every year new research is conducted and resulting in the change of medical knowledge. With that, all the health informatics will keep updated and medical students will learn every way of medical treatment and gain new knowledge. Second one is it will assist students to improve the authenticity in medical assessment through relevant, accurate, and authoritative information. The next one is reinforce the time effectiveness because students can access information anytime, anywhere with any device or media.
Okay, I will continue the explanation. The fourth is sharing data and information between healthcare and medical students. Because in this era, we are facilitated by technology, which does not require a lot of money and time when sending information. So we can easily share information. Next one is costless in publicating information because in this era information is mostly digitized, which is mostly free. And the last is enhance learning activity and medical performance because in this era we can get more information and from anywhere so that it can add to our new knowledge. Thank you.
Let me introduce myself first. My name is Samantha Petronella Theobald with NIM 22025111108. To start the chapter 3, I will present the survey method of our study. In order to observe the condition of ubiquitous era on Odella Medical Faculty, a survey was taken from 2nd September to 4th September 2022. The survey was administered in Google Form and distributed to all medical students in Odella Medical Faculty. The survey contains of 5 questions about students' opinion on facing the era of ubiquitous information and how to adapt to it. The answer then will be analyzed and presented in form of graph and classified based on majority answer with the percentage. The survey will also be explained.
I'm going to continue the presentation. My name is Natasya Pramatya Putri, NIM 22025111111. I will explain the result of the survey. We have 32 respondents. I will read the response from the respondent of each question. Question number 1. Do you think that in this era information can spread very widely and quickly? 100% respondents choose yes. Question number 2. Do you think that this era has had a positive or negative impact? 84% respondents choose positive, 16% respondents choose negative. Question number 3, why they choose their answer for number 2. The top answer for positive answer is 28.13% for easier for the information to spread. The top answer for negative answer is 9.4% for differentiate the truth of the news. Question number 4, what kind of challenges faced by medical students in this era of ubiquitous information? The top answer is 28.13% for having ability to decide the information are right or wrong. For the last question or question number 5, how they adapt to the era of ubiquitous information, the top answer is 81.25% for carefully analyzing the information.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Kevin and my last 3 digits of NIM are 105. Right now I'm going to explain about survey discussion. So, based on respondents' answers, we can conclude that in the era of ubiquitous information, first, every respondent acknowledges the wide and quick spread of the information. Second, it delivers more positive impacts such as exchanging information data can be done easily, and also students are more educated. Then the negative impacts such as there are a lot of unjustified information, hoaxes, and misjudgment. And the challenge that being faced by medical students in Udayana University are first is how to have the ability to find valid sources of information to avoid hoax and misleading information, and also how to improve the medical student's character in terms of medical problem. And the last part is about the adaptation that medical student in Udayana University did. First is to carefully analyzing information. Second, utilizing technology with great responsibility. And last, education about what is a good public health.
My name is Quaresma Fatti, with the last 3 digits of my student number is 103. Now I will convey the conclusion of this topic. In the era of ubiquitous information, medical students must be sensitive to various information circulating, especially information about the medical world. And medical students must be able to adapt well in this extremely rapid spread information era by always carefully analyzing the quality of information, educating the society, utilizing the technology with responsible and act. So even though information is scattered everywhere, but we were able to sort out what is good and bad information is. Thank you.
So that's the presentation of our student project. Thank you so much for listening and have a nice day.